The first sign wasn't a scream, it was a silence. A clean, unnatural silence after Evan sent a message that should have been answered immediately. He stared at the word delivered, like it was a pulse monitor, waiting for proof something was still alive on the other side. Nothing came. And that was when something inside him shifted. Evan Doyle was the kind of man people called dependable. 32. An administrator at a mid-sized legal firm in Pittsburgh. Quiet, predictable, the type of person who returned shopping carts and double-checked locked doors. He lived with Caleb in a narrow duplex that always smelled faintly of old radiator heat. Caleb was the opposite of Evan. Loud, magnetic, effortlessly social. He filled space the way Evan avoided it. And then there was Mara. Mara Lorne worked in records. Observant, controlled. She had a way of looking at Evan that felt less like interest and more like evaluation. Like she was measuring structural integrity. The first time she asked him for help, it felt small. "I need access to an archive drive," she said, placing a sticky note on his desk. One word was written on it: Galloway. "That's restricted," Evan replied. "I'm not asking you to break policy," Mara said calmly. "I'm asking you to help me do my job." Her tone wasn't desperate, it was certain, and certainty is persuasive. Evan typed in his admin credentials. Access granted. Nothing dramatic happened. No alarms, no warnings, just a door quietly opening. The requests continued. Old email chains, server logs, deleted folders. Each time came wrapped in reason. Each time felt slightly less wrong. Evan started staying late. The office after hours felt detached from consequence. Mara would appear without sound. Sometimes she stood behind him while he worked. "You're careful," she told him once. "I'm paid to be." "No," she said softly. "You're careful because you're afraid." He didn't ask what she meant. That was mistake number one. One night, Evan checked the audit logs. His admin account accessed Galloway at 2:17 a.m. He wasn't there at 2:17 a.m. He stared at the timestamp. He could report it. He could escalate it. Instead, he rationalized it. System error. Delayed logging. Harmless glitch. Mistake number two wasn't what he did. It was what he didn't do. 2 days later, Mara texted him, "Meet tonight." When Evan returned to the office, she was already in his chair. "You saw the logs," she said. "I wasn't here." "I know." She turned the screen toward him. A scanned document, 6 years old, a sworn statement. His name, his signature. Evan felt his stomach drop. "I've never seen that." "It exists," Mara replied. "And someone is using your credentials. When they're finished, you become responsible." "Who?" Mara didn't answer. That was mistake number 3. He trusted the warning without questioning the source. The meeting invite appeared the next morning. Internal review, administrative access. No sender name. Evan checked logs obsessively, refreshed screens, watched coworkers type passwords. Every small movement looked suspicious. He called Mara, no response. He told no one, because if he said it out loud, it would become real. At home, Caleb asked, "You okay?" "Just work," Evan replied. Caleb studied him for a second too long. That weekend, Caleb knocked on Evan's door. "Did you change the Wi-Fi password?" Caleb asked casually. "No, my laptop asked for admin permissions this morning." Looked official. Evan felt cold. "You entered your password?" "Yeah." Caleb showed him a screenshot. The icon in the corner wasn't right. It was the firm's logo. Evan's hands began to shake. "Who told you to click that?" "No one." But Caleb didn't hold eye contact, and something in Evan's mind finally aligned. Monday morning, conference room. Audit logs printed neatly on paper. His admin account. His badge scans. And a security still image. A hooded figure at his workstation at 2:17 a.m. "That's not me," Evan said. "Your credentials were used. compliance replied. That makes it your responsibility. They placed another paper on the table. The 6-year-old's sworn statement. His name, his signature. Evan searched for Mara in the room. She doesn't work here, someone said. There's no employee by that name. The air felt thinner. Did you share your credentials? Compliance asked. Evan thought of Caleb, of the Wi-Fi prompt, of the calculation in his eyes. He could say his name, he could shift the weight. But admitting that would mean admitting he let someone inside, admitting he chose trust over caution. No, Evan said, and with that single word, he closed the last exit. Suspended. Access revoked. Badge disabled. Outside, his phone buzzed. Unknown number. You did good. Quiet people always do. He typed back. Who is this? No reply. At home, the router password had changed. A remote access tool was installed on his laptop. An unsent email draft confessing everything sat in his work account. He hadn't written it. Caleb came home late. Was it you? Evan asked. Caleb looked at him calmly. Was what me? The logs. The access. Mara. Caleb's expression didn't crack. You avoid conflict until it's too late, Caleb said softly. Then you try to control it. So it was you, Caleb shrugged. Does it matter? You already told them you didn't share access. How do you know what I told them? Because you're predictable. Silence stretched between them. Where is Mara? Evan whispered. Caleb paused, then smiled faintly. You needed someone to make you feel seen, he said. So you opened the door yourself. Evan felt something inside him collapse, not violently, just quietly. At 2:17 a.m., his phone lit up again. Unknown number. Too late. Evan stared at the screen until it went dark. There would be no confession, no dramatic reveal, no single irreversible act, just a series of small permissions, small silences, small decisions, each one reasonable on its own, until they formed a structure he could no longer escape. And the worst part wasn't that he had been manipulated. It was that, at every step, he chose comfort over confrontation. He chose silence. And silence, once it settles, is very hard to undo.